Marty, one of my cast members. We have Shyon, who's in the building as well, and we just want to talk about the movie. It's got a little conspiracy government type thing.
Okay. Well, before we get into the actors now, right, Joe? I want to get into how you started off with your journey in the acting game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where did you come from? Where are you from originally?
Yeah, so I'm Connecticut. I'm from
Connecticut.
Yeah, I'm Connecticut. From this state, and actually I was originally doing books.
Okay.
I was a writer, right? So I was originally writing books, and then I wrote some nonfiction. I wrote some fiction.
Okay.
That was in 2016, 2017. And
nice.
You know, when I'm a visual person, right?
Right.
So I want to see my work come to life. So sometime around 2019, I started to do like trailers and book promotions.
Okay.
And then I did my first film sometime around then, 2019.
Nice.
So since then, I haven't been looking back, and we're really doing some really fun stuff, man.
So
right
this
here
is
in
just straight from the heart. It's all love.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So 2019 on to now.
Correct.
So we definitely got some projects under our belt, correct?
Yep.
So talk to us a little bit about your past projects before we get into your present.
So we did many projects. We did For Bobby.
Okay.
Now For Bobby, it's like kind of like a supernatural kind of messed up movie where it's kind of like about a boy named Bobby, and his father basically lived in a really bad neighborhood, right? So there's a lot of drug dealers going on, and his kid was playing outside, and these drug dealers had a drug dealer that went wrong. They fired and they struck the kid, right? So the kid got hit by these bullets, and the boy came back in a supernatural state and convinced his daughter to be with him in heaven. So it's a supernatural movie. We filmed that right in Connecticut, right in Wallingford, Connecticut. So that was called For Bobby, right in Wallingford, Connecticut. We did Tony Martone. It's like a mafia film in Providence, in East Providence, Rhode Island. So we did that. And then we did, most recently is The Last Stop, was kind of like a psychological thriller.
Right.
Connecticut. We did Elizabeth Carter. It's like a psychological horror. Right in Woolkip, shot all over Connecticut. Fast forward to where we are now, was basically Article 92. So a couple projects under our belt, and we really just elevated this one. We flipped cars in Article 92 on its roof.
No, I seen it. So basically, you're all around Connecticut.
All around Connecticut, but we film everywhere. Connecticut, Mass, Rhode Island.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, like I said, I seen the trailers and all of that.
Yep.
And to see that the work that you got going on is very, I don't know how to say it, man, because I can't see myself in a flipping car. I don't know. And just the way how you have the actors, trained to do, what they're doing in the movie is dope. Like I seen cars flipping over, I seen fights, shootings, So basically, this movie right here, let's say it's very tense.
Yeah.
Can we say that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a lot of violence.
Yep.
So I definitely suggest those that will want to watch this, please, anybody under the age of 13.
Yep.
Yeah, not allowed.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's about like a PG TV 14 kind of movie. Yeah.
Nice. So Joe, so tell us, man, what are you doing at this point in time besides this project that you're focused on right now, the article?
Yeah, I mean, just really, once we do a project, we promote the hell out of it. Article 92 just came out sometime of end of May.
Okay.
Amazon Prime, but I'm always thinking, right? This jacket I'm wearing, this is actually for another film I'm doing called When the Sun Dies. That's after the other one that I'm doing called The White House is Fake. That's going to be the next one, a mini-series.
But listen, there's definitely no reason to stop.
No, there
definitely no reason.
No.
And I see the work.
Yeah.
I see the work. So tell us about the cameras and the things that you use in order for you to get the perfect vision of your thoughts.
Absolutely. So we use right now currently, previously for all my projects, Blackmagic 4K.
Okay.
And basically we film, on majority open sets. We also have some closed sets. For those who don't know the difference between a closed and open set means is you're filming around public.
All right.
And a closed set means is you have police blocking off the roads. Now we had to do that to flip the car. Obviously, you need permits. You can't just randomly pick a street and flip a car. There's a lot of work that goes involved. So a lot of the red tape, a lot of the paperwork, and a lot of people were like, "Hey, Joe, did you drive that car?" "No, I didn't drive that car." You got to get a safety person, right, to drive the car. And you have to, make sure there's no gas in it. You don't want to catch it on fire.
Was there a real person in that car?
Yeah, my stunt driver did it. He does this he lights himself on fire, and
like
that's
to
what he
meet
does.
him.
Yeah. But yeah, he did that stunt.
I know what's going through his brain.
And he does this all the time. He loves it, right? So we did that. We have a full-made custom alien for Article 92.
Okay.
6.5 feet long, and it's a one-off alien. It's very scary. We had that made specifically for this film.
Nice. So now, do you write all of your?
I do.
You write everything?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I write everything. Some based on dreams. Some I just have an idea and I write. That's it. All my own stuff.
What made you just go full blown into it?
I don't know. I just love writing. My English teacher back in the day in high school, she said, "Joe, you have a gift. You should be a writer." I laughed at her, and then 16 years later, I started writing my first book, right? And now movies. And now it's all coming together. And I said, "Hey, Miss Krantz, you were right." And she said I should do it, and here I am now, and I'm doing it. So,
no, for real, man. Because sometimes you don't ever know what your dreams could be really made of.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't push forward for it, it's no use.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now let's talk a little bit about what we got in Article 92. Correct?
92, yes. Correct. So
give us a little something.
So Article 92, here's the pitch, right? So it's about Dan Ravenport. He's the lead. He's basically a washed-up journalist.
Okay.
He has a drinking problem. He's a raging alcoholic. So one night his wife is really like harping on him, like yelling at him, "Hey, we got to pay the bills." And he's like, "Beer?" And he starts drinking beer. I mean, he just loves beer.
Hey, that's one of those
right?
nights.
He's one of those guys. Right? So then he gets hammered that night. He takes his black Corvette, which we use in the film.
Right.
He goes down on basically
Don't tell
a
it all,
drive.
man.
I'm not going to tell it all.
Give us nits and bits.
All right, so he goes on this drive, right, and he sees something in the roadway, an extraterrestrial, right? The military brings him in for questioning. That's how it starts.
Okay.
That's how it starts. Sci-fi, drama,
so that's
action.
So that's how the mind opens up.
Yes.
So you get them right there.
We were firing AR-15 weapons, wing firing weapons, in Woodbury, Connecticut. Police blocking the roads from 11 p.m. to 3 in the morning.
I seen a lot of shots being fired off in one of them trailers, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like, how we doing that? Like, that's a lot.
Do you remember the trailer with the colors in the background?
Yes.
He was in it. Shyon was one of the guys shooting them. Those were real guns that he was firing, blank firing weapons. Yeah, in the middle of the night.
That's what's up. So what we get like permits for all of this type of stuff?
Yeah. So basically, these guns obviously are not allowed to be. So I have my buddy owns a gun store. Shout out to Lester. He owns a gun store in Connecticut.
All right.
So he has all the paperwork, all the federal, the DEA paperwork. All the guns went to him, signed off on him, and the prop masters that work there came on the set, make sure we're copacetic, everything's safe, and then we use. That's how we got the guns. That's how we use it safely on set.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're a director, correct?
Writer director. Yeah.
Writer director.
Yeah. And film DOP. I filmed the whole thing as well.
So Joe,
yeah,
give me a life of Joe when it comes to getting ready for production, when it's getting ready for showtime.
It's crazy, man. I tell you what. Like for Article 92. Took us about a year to film it, all on the weekends, right? So before we even do that, there's like 8 months of pre-production. That's like finding the right location. You got to get your permits, right? You got to find the right locations, talk to the right people, get the right props, right? We need a car to flip it, right? We need to get an alien. We need all these guns, right? We need, fighting, stunt coordinators. You saw all the fights? That's all done with professional stunt coordinators.
Okay.
We're not really punching someone in the face, although it looks pretty real.
It was
but
some
we're
hard
not
punches.
doing
I've seen
that.
them, dogs.
A lot of work goes into all of that. It takes time to make it right, to your vision to come true, but it's well worth it. Well worth it. Yeah.
So now I wanna get into these two actors that we have here with you today.
Absolutely.
Can we introduce?
Yeah. So over here we have Shyon. He played one of the military men in the movie Article 92. And then we have Marty. He played Sergeant Major Barry. He played another character in the film. These are all kind of like good guys, if you will, mostly good guys.
So give us a little background of both of the characters.
Yeah, so basically Shyon, he was in the beginning where he saw Dan Ravenport on the side of the road. And he's like, stop right there. and he starts firing at his Corvette, and then he pulls him out. Says G.I. Joe, F you, right? And then he hits him in the face, right?
Right.
So then he goes down and he brings him in for questioning. And when he's in the jail, basically Shyon brings him out to meet the Homeland Security agents, right? And then his character, Marty, he basically is coerced to basically help Sergeant Miller have Dan Ravenport escape because they don't want to kill him. The general wants to kill him because Dan Ravenport saw an alien.
Right.
These guys don't want to do that, so they help him escape.
Okay.
That's kind of what happens. It's a cat and mouse thriller, that type of thing.
So now let's get into you, Mr. Shyon. How you doing this evening, sir?
Doing good.
Hold on. We gotta get back to regular schedule. So right now, like I said, we have one of the actors here. If you would like to introduce yourself to the people.
How's everybody doing? It's Shyon Logan here.
Yes. So what's up, Mr. Shyon? So where are you from, sir?
I'm from East Hartford, Connecticut.
East Hartford? Okay, that's what's up.
Sir.
So now has acting been your thing, or what's up? Talk to us, man. Tell us about yourself.
So I'm fairly new into acting. I started in 2023. I had an option back in 2018 because I was going to school and I was doing modeling with a little bit of acting involved.
Okay.
So at that point, I was nervous as hell to do acting. So let me do the modeling route. So over time, I found my personality. I got comfortable in front of the camera. So I'm like, let me show these people a little bit more of what I can do.
Right.
My personality and inspire and motivate people in order for them to even find their own purpose of what they want to do in life. So once I dived into acting, like I realized this was it. This is what I wanted to do.
That's what's up. So now, how long have we been acting for?
For about 2 years now. So I started around like September, October of 2023.
Okay, nice. So tell us a little bit about it, man. What is the strength? What is the weakness with it?
Well, in the beginning, basically, it's just getting comfortable in front of the camera.
Okay.
You know, memorizing your lines,
Yeah, that's a lot of work, bro.
It is. Yeah.
That's a lot of work. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was in a couple plays myself, and just to get about 30-page script of a scene and you in and out, like I'm just like, and it's a lot. It's definitely a lot of work, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Take Notice too, man. Productions, you know what it is. But so talk to us.
Yeah. So the big thing is basically body language too.
Okay.
To add with the script, because you want to make sure that the body language matches what you're saying. So even if you're not saying your script, and let's just say you have another person that's talking, like you could just use your facial expressions to respond to what they're saying before you say what you need to say back. So what acting is just, for me, it just allows me to show people much more of what I am, instead of coming from the modeling side. Like, people don't really know much about me. So with acting, I can show people what I'm all about, what I'm capable of doing.
And then it's another thing too that comes along with acting, and I've noticed that, like, you have to fit that character.
Right.
Like, you got to change you to be somebody else for the time being. You know what I'm saying? And that takes a lot. So now, how are you fitting yourself into your character?
So sometimes you gotta actually go into personal stuff in order to further connect with the character that you're playing. So with acting, when it comes to expressions and everything, you gotta sometimes bring up, depending on like the type of role that you're playing, but you gotta be able to feel the moment and actually be that character. Sometimes you might have to think about something personal that gets you in your feelings.
Right.
To really bring that character out that you're playing. So acting is a beautiful thing, but at the same time, it's like you really gotta feel it in that scene that you're doing, and then
true.
Yeah, and it just all comes to play. It all comes together.
So now, what you think? You think you're gonna just keep going with it, or?
Oh, definitely.
Are you? Because you already said you do modeling, right? As well.
I do both. Definitely more on the acting side. I look at acting as at some point a full-time career.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
and it's
so
crazy.
So put that in the air.
Yeah, because it's crazy. Because coming from the beginning, it was like I was just nervous, scared. I don't think I can do it. But over time, just being in front of that camera and just taking acting classes and doing, you know, little side gigs and all
True.
that, you get accustomed to it. So, yeah.
True indeed.
I
True
absolutely
indeed.
love it.
So coming from Hartford, man, and doing this, like, what is the change for you? Especially in what you're doing right now, the work that you're in, like, what is the greatness for you in your situation right now, especially coming from Hartford?
So, for me, what I'm doing right now, I don't look at it as doing everything just for myself. I want to be able to utilize what I'm doing right now to encourage, inspire, motivate people to find out what their career goals are, because I figured out my purpose quite early. Some
Okay.
people figure out their purpose later on. in
Right,
life.
right,
So
right.
sometimes, like, some people, they don't have that specific person that's like within their circle that's going out and that's doing multiple things. So sometimes you just gotta be around those people that, okay, yeah, he or she is doing that. Okay, you know what? Maybe I can do it too. But it just takes that one person to bring that person out their shell, get outside their comfort zone, because that's the big thing. A lot of people are, you know, just cool with settling and being comfortable. You got to step out your comfort zone in order to chase what you
Sure
really
did.
want. So that's part of my big purpose too, is to help inspire and motivate people to chase what they want to do and stop being scared. Because like, if you being scared, you're not gonna achieve it.
You gotta learn how to knock down them doors, man.
Exactly.
Real talk.
Mhm.
So talk to us. How did you get involved with this film right here that we have right now, Article 92?
So I gotta thank my brother George Bradford. He's the one that put me onto Article 92. I didn't know anything about this film until he told me about it. So huge shout out to him. And when I found out and did a little research about the film, it's crazy because I'm prior service too. I was in the Army National Guard for 6
Okay.
years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Appreciate it, thank you. So I was like, and it's something that I never thought I would be doing, something that I did in real life, to be playing, you know,
Playing that role, yeah.
playing that role. So it was just like, it was second nature to me. So,
But see, this is where I came in at before. You
Mhm.
see, like you just said, it's second nature to you. Like I asked you earlier. At the end of the day, like, how did you fit yourself to be that character? You know, besides yourself, but at the same time, you were also former, you know what I'm saying, military.
Right,
So
yeah.
it wasn't no glitch for you.
It wasn't at all. It was just something that I was used to, I was comfortable with. So once I talked with Joe, I told him like, hey, I'm prior service, and
Okay,
I
nice.
see he needed some Army soldiers. I'm like, I'm down, I'm in. And I didn't even have a
My
demo
boy
reel.
say, "Yo, I'm ready."
Yeah, I didn't even have a demo reel to present to him at the time, but it's just based off of my credentials. He just
Right,
put
right.
me on like right then and there. So it just all came full circle. And once again, shout out to George Bradford for allowing me this amazing opportunity. I thank him all the time because we talk quite often. So I'm truly blessed for the opportunity that not only him but for Joe Hawk as well. So being this character, Sergeant Cavanis, it was just going back to the days that, you know, I was living in real life. So it wasn't nothing new to me. So it just played out so well.
That's what's up, man. That's definitely what's up, and I thank you for that.
Appreciate
Real
it.
talk, I definitely thank you for that. And I want you to continue.
Thank you, brother.
Continue. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot out here. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely have to strive to go up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And just to get the opportunity is a blessing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So when you get, I always tell people, like, if I get an opportunity, I'm going.
Exactly.
Because you never know when you're going to get it again.
Mhm. Don't think twice about it. Just go after it.
No, real talk. Because if you let that opportunity slide, because you don't know where this right here could bring you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this could bring you somewhere else. This could bring your career somewhere else. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, like, I'm definitely honored to, you know, be surrounded by you guys. It's definitely a pleasure. And once again, like I said, I thank you. You know what I mean, for, you know, coming here and letting us know what it is and, you know, the movie. So if anybody want to find you or see, you know, any more of your acting or anything like that, how can they, you know, look you up?
You can find me at Shyon Logan. It's very simple, SHYON LOGAN on Facebook and IG. And the crazy thing is, it's simple, but a lot of people still mess up my first name. There's really just
Just another 2 words, that's it.
high honor. So many people mess that up. So So yeah, Shyon Logan at Facebook and IG. Also, I have a TikTok. It's Sweetness91B. So you can
Nice,
catch me on
nice.
TikTok over there as well.
So now, the movie. Give it a big shout out, real quick. Give it a big shout out.
Article 92. I highly recommend everybody see this movie. It's right now on Amazon Prime. I promise you won't regret seeing it. Check
I
it
ain't
out.
gonna lie, I'm about to go log on to it after this. I ain't even gonna stunt to y'all. Like, I just been watching the trailers, you know, I've been getting from Joe, and I really appreciate that, you know what I'm saying, because it gave me a little knowledge on, you know, the movie, you know, as well. You know what I'm saying? And just to see, you know, all the stunts and, yo, Joe, talk to us, man, the car thing. I want to get on the car thing real quick, Joe, because it's messing me up, brother. At the end of the day, right, we have a vehicle now. Is this vehicle yours?
So that's the funny thing about it. So check this out. This is what Connections is all about, right? I know a lot of people, many different industries. And shout out to Town Plot Auto in Waterbury, Connecticut, my boy Chris. Chris DePino, he owns Town Plot Auto. And I said, Chris, you got a car? Because they work with the fire department a lot.
Right,
You know,
right.
where they set stuff on fire.
Yeah, I know they do drills
Yeah,
and all
right,
that,
right.
crash them up.
So I said, Chris, I need a car. I need to flip it. You got something I could use? He's like, well, I got this Corolla. It was like a 2015 red
Okay.
Corolla.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Now, we're not Hollywood. We can't have 4 cars. We're going to do it in one shot, right? So I said, Chris, all right, can I have it? What do you want for it? He's like, you know what? Just pay me for a tow and pay me to get it out of there. I'll bring it to you. Done. That's how I got the car. Connections, people you know, right? So he brought the car. I got my stunt guy down. Now, when you flip a car, you can do it one of 2 ways. If you have more time with the car, you can weld a roll cage in it. We
Okay.
didn't have time to do that, right? So the other way you can do a soft roll is a wooden ramp hidden behind something. So in that clip, there was a ramp behind all that shit you didn't see. So that's how he lifted off the ground, was because of the ramp, and then that's how we were able to flip it. Is
So
the
that's
concealed
what we
ramp.
doing, huh? We doing tricks and
Movie
stuff.
magic, my
Hey,
friend.
listen, man, you gotta have your 3Ds on. Yeah, you
That's
definitely
it.
gotta have your 3Ds on.
That's it.
But right now we have another actor, all right, who is also in this movie called Article 92, and I would definitely want to welcome here, right here, One Love
I
Radio.
think that's you, yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, my name is Marty Monasterski.
Say that again.
Marty Monasterski.
Marty
Monasterski.
Monasterski.
Yeah, Monasterski.
Where you from?
Well, originally that's actually a very Polish last name. So born in Poland.
Okay.
Raised in Brooklyn, New York for the first half of my life.
What part of Brooklyn? Flatbush? East New York?
It's like around Williamsburg, Great Point, Brooklyn area.
Okay.
Been there half my life. First half of my life, second half of my life is in Connecticut.
Okay.
Currently reside in East Hartford, just like Shyon, and yeah, that's about me. Been acting a little longer than Shyon. I've been doing this since 2022.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So yeah, I'm actually a late starter in the acting world. So I started pretty late, but just like Shyon was saying, I guess it's never too late to follow your dreams.
Right.
You know, it's something that I wanted to do. I've been having my eye on that for quite some time, but you know, just life happens. You know, you get involved with things, you get a little married, you get kids, right? You kind of.
He said the M word.
Yeah.
Married.
Yeah. So you know, but it never left my sights. I always had it in the back of my head. Could I do it? And then you know, just something all of a sudden clicked. I don't know. Maybe it's a midlife crisis. Who the heck knows? I said, you know, maybe I got to start doing this now or never. So I started with some acting classes.
Okay.
Right. I you know, actually still am involved in acting classes. You know, kind of, you know, you got to develop a craft under you. You know,
Right.
If you're serious about it, you got to do those things that get you to where you want to be. And you know, I've been doing that, you know, ever since. I got hooked up with Joe, and he gave me an opportunity in my very first film called The Last Stop.
Okay.
short film. So I'm very appreciative of Joe for giving me that opportunity.
Nice, nice.
And you know, I kind of never looked back. Now,
Big shout out to
you know,
Joe. He out here giving opportunities. I
Absolutely.
like
yeah.
that, Joe.
And you know,
I'm
he
coming
kinda-
for my next one too, Joe. I ain't playing.
No, you know, Joe looks out for us. You know, he doesn't forget. So you know, it's always good to have somebody like Joe, you know, by your side. And you know, we're also as actors, we're by his side too.
Right.
And you know, so you know, we continue to do that. And you know, more opportunities presented themselves. Thank God. You know, as I finished Last Stop, I was doing other projects that came along. I'm actually finishing up writing my own script for my own movie that I'm going to be
Okay,
producing,
nice.
directing, and acting in it. So very
Nice.
excited about that. And yeah, so it's just you know.
What made you get into that? What made you say, you know what, let me try something for me?
Well, you know, to be honest with you, you know, acting, you know, being in this acting role is hard. You know, it's tough to get work out here too. You know, sometimes.
Yeah.
So you know, you want to get your portfolio, you want to get your resume, but in order to do that, you got to get some work. You know, and
True.
sometimes you know, to get some work out there, you got to create it yourself. So I learned that quite some time ago, and so you know, I'm out there, and I had some ideas. I had something that I wanted to put together for many years. Actually, it was going to be a book, but you know, as I got into the acting world, I decided to turn it into a film, a screenplay. So you know, we're starting to get it. You know, I'm casting the you know, getting the actors together. You know, getting auditions set up and things like that, and hopefully we can get it going within the next month or so.
Nice. So can you give us a little bit about some of your past projects that you've, you know?
Yeah. So again, so after the Last Stop, I've had you know, I'm currently doing, and we're filming a series called Marblehead, which I'm very happy, very proud of.
Marblehead.
Yeah, it's based out of Marblehead, Massachusetts.
Okay.
You know, I'm the lead in that series. Very happy, very proud to be in that series, and it's kind of like the way I like to describe it as modern day 18.
Okay, nice.
You know, kind of like shorten it. You know, with a little bit more, with a lot more grit, a lot of grittier kind of tone feel for it. But yeah, we're doing Marblehead. You know, I've recently have completed a movie in New Canaan, Connecticut, with Eric Roberts was in that movie called Family Hug. It's actually getting a lot of attention, not only in the States but internationally. It's winning some awards. So I'm very happy and proud to be a part of that. And you know, and a lot more things coming up. You know, we've got my film coming up, and looking for more opportunities as they present themselves.
Nice.
Throwing it out there into the ether, right?
I love it. No, for real, you got to do it like that, man. So tell us a little bit about your support team. What's the support team looking like? You know, you said marriage, so you know, married. Wife.
So you know, not anymore.
Nah, go ahead, I'm playing with you.
It's funny because my wife was the one that she kind of really pushed me to get into follow my dreams. So you know, I do have to give her credit for that. No, it's cool. You know, I do got to give her credit for that. Some of the credit for that. But you know, my support team, you know, first and foremost, family. Right? Family's your support team. You know. They're out there and, you know, cheering you on and watching everything that you do, talking about you, gloating about you, you know, being there all the time. You know, family is the number one.
Right. True indeed.
My son Matthew, you know, he supports me 100%. You know, he's my biggest supporter. You know, so you know, I really appreciate him. And you know, and then friends, and you know, my fellow castmates. Got guys like Joe Hawk here, you know, always there, you know. So I got my my acting school, you know, which is in Hamden, Connecticut. I got my mentor, Reno Ventori from Ventori the Actors Gym in Hamden. He was huge in getting me started because, again, acting is hard.
I hear
It's
you.
probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and it's still hard. And you got people like that, and you got a mentor like that to help, mold you into becoming better at your craft. It's just something that you definitely need.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So before we get up out of here, because we're a little short on time, but I just want to say I thank you guys for definitely coming up here, giving us a little bit about yourselves, your background, and definitely letting us know what this movie is about. So now, Joe, we have this other short film coming out real soon, which is called, what is it, the White House?
The White House is fake. Actually, a
The
miniseries, 8 episodes.
Okay.
And it's based on a novel I wrote in 2017. The title's elusive. It's really not about, it is and it isn't. It's about Nelson Conrad in Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
He goes fishing. He walks past this highway bridge. He sees a DOT truck. A guy whirling his finger in the air like this. And then all of a sudden, men come out of a secret tunnel. U.S. general, maybe the U.S. president. They get into a limo. They take off. He's like, what the hell is that? Right? And then he starts prowling and investigating. And could the White House be fake? Yes and no. There's secret tunnels. So it's like a conspiracy political thriller.
Yo, can I be that black dude that pull up in the tinted car and be
There
like,
you
yo,
go.
what are you doing over there, sir?
Absolutely. Mr. Promoter is in the building.
Nah, real talk. But yo, Joe, before we get up out of here, right? I need you to let them know where they can find this movie,
Yep.
this short film, Article 92.
Yep.
All right. Also stream it, and also your social media handles.
Mhm.
And before I get into that, I want you to give up something very positive for other directors as yourself.
Yeah.
Young, there, probably did a couple, 2, 3 films or whatever, but still trying to push through.
Right, right.
I want you to give up something positive for them. Give them something to where they know that it's never no stopping to this.
I like that. For me, my father's my legacy. He passed away during a movie premiere at home. Exactly right when my movie started, he passed away. I got the call the next morning, right? And my movie company was not called Hawk Studios then. I'll get into why. So what happened was he passed away, and then like a week later, there was a hawk on my tree looking at me. He flew near me, like really close to me, right? My father was a music composer. He wrote a song called Rise Up like 5 years ago. Guess what the song was about? It had a bird on it, right? And it was about rising up from the ashes. It was almost like a premonition that he knew he was going to die. So find your legacy. My legacy is my father. Find whatever it is that motivates you and keep pushing further. So this is for my dad, for me.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That was deep.
Trust me,
That was definitely deep.
it breaks me up all the time, man. I get a little emotional.
My boy got the Run DMC hat on,
That's
though.
right.
Y'all gotta respect him, man.
That's
Really.
right.
So once again, I want to say thank you guys for coming.
Yeah,
I want to say you can chill out for a little bit. We got next interview up.
Let me show you my stuff.
Of course, man.
Real
So,
quick,
but before we get up out of here, right? Once again, I want you to give out your shout outs.
Yeah.
Once again, your social media handles. And like I said, where they can find Article 92.
Absolutely. So Run DMC, it's tricky, guys. BX, Bridgeport, New York, we love you. So Joe Hawk here. Find us at thehawkstudios.com. Article 92 is on Amazon Prime right now. Look it up. Follow me on TikTok, Hawk Studio CT, IG, same handle. Joe Hawk here. See you guys.
Ooh, love it. Once again, it's all about Article 92. Amazon, go grab that right now. You heard it for yourself. There's a lot of things going on, so make sure that goes on. Go buy it, go stream it, go share it. Joe Hawk is big himself, right?
Number one music station.